Hey, quick shout out to the ASAP group for putting out this boot camp. Because like real boot camp, it actually gives me the horrible anxiety of potential failure, so good times, all right? Thank you. No, actually it's been fun to look back at my military experience to come up with this bit. And I know that I made that full transition. I have gone from Marine bod, what's your dad bod? I used to serve in the Department of the Navy. Now I buy my relaxed fit jeans from Old Navy in exchange. So behold the civilian warrior. Ladies, you're welcome for that service. You know, one time in my life I was a dad. I was a well-trained Marine in the Fleet Marine Force, and I was in incredible shape. Now I'm a dad. I do miss working out with the Marines because those workouts with the Marines was comedy gold. Because if you're not aware, back in the 80s and 90s, I'm dating myself, the standard issue for workout gear were called Silkies. Yeah. Silkies were too green, too short, too tight. So anywhere you went any place, you're kind of like, don't let anything fall out. I was basically like a 185-pound dude wearing booty shorts, looking like I was well camouflaged for a shift at Hooters. So every workout with the Marine Corps, they did everybody in a circle, right? And they have everybody standing there, and you knew not to look, but it was always a train wreck. And we always had the same big, hairy Lance Corporal from New York who would want to come out and lead us in some motivating stretches before we go run. So he'd get in the middle of this circle, and he'd stand there and he'd look at us and say, all right, Marines, are you ready to do this motivating cherry pickers? Does anybody know what a cherry picker is in the Marine Corps? Nah? Well, let me show you real quick.
Demonstration.
1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. All right, imagine that 30 times, right? And you're in a circle. This is the point where you want to be facing him in the circle, making eye contact, and not back of the thigh contact, watching the nylon ride up. So you get up there in front of that formation with that 1,000-yard stare, and you just think in your head, recon panties. The Marine Corps did actually prepare me to be a dad. I actually learned 3 really valuable lessons. Number 1 was to yell a lot. Primarily it was, what are you doing? And you're done. Number 2, it taught me how to operate even when I was sleep deprived. And 3, I learned how to count to 10.
Prove it.
Yeah. I'm getting there. Counting to 10 in the Marine Corps was an experience because you could miss numbers and it was still considered math. So if you've never been in boot camp, which if you have, it was always led by some maniac drill instructor who sounded like a deranged Muppet. And they would dress you by the numbers. So you'd wake up in the morning at 4:30. Hey, you're getting on the left sock now, move. You're getting on the right sock now, move. Oh, ladies, you're moving way too slow. You have 10 seconds to get off my squat bay. 10, 8, 5, 3, 1, you're done. You're like one-legged pants, you got one sock off, you're running outside, you look at the guy behind you like, he missed at least 6 numbers. I mean, I have a high school diploma. I can count to 10. Yeah, so that was part of that great experience, but the operating while sleep deprived, you know, that was the other special skill that I had because I was able to use that with my kids growing up. I knew when my kids were going to be sick, and as we all know, when kids are sick, it's always at like 2 a.m. in the morning, right? So you're sitting there in bed, and you hear that pathetic little, and you're like, ah, damn it. So I jump out of bed, God's pajamas, grab the trash can, running down the hallway, butt naked, kicking the door, run up to my kid, throw the trash can under his head and say, let the vomit ballet begin. And of course, I have to apologize to my kids because basically they had to look at their old man standing there naked, patting their back going, it's gonna be okay. I think my son looked at me once and was like, dude, you can't even count to 10. I doubt what you're telling me. But you know, that was the plus. When you did count to 10 with your kids, they knew they only really had to 3, so they always gave a little extra effort. It was nice. So, you know, really when I look at it, you know, I'm going to wrap up, and I think about, you know, my time in the Marine Corps and where I am now, it's kind Kind of like my days have gone from ooh-rah to oof. I'm basically just making noises when I sit down and stand up, and I know kids can sense weakness, but at this point, I just kind of had like these little stages of hell in my life. And the Marine Corps was like, what the hell did I sign up for? And now I'm a dad, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And finally, I'm in this comedy phase, and I'm like, you know what? My hell's actually pretty funny, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Hey, thanks guys for showing up.